Today I'm going to be making something really yummy, and these are my classic shortbread bars. And here are the ingredients that we need. I've got 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of butter, and my butter is salted. I'm using salted butter today. 3/4 of a cup of icing sugar. This is also called powdered sugar or confectioner sugar. 3 different names, but it's all the same sugar. So that's 3/4 of a cup of powdered sugar, and also 1 teaspoon of vanilla. So those are the ingredients, so let's get started. Okay, so the first step, we're gonna get all of our butter in here, and this butter is really soft. You can see I can just squish it down with my fork. The softer the butter, the better. There we go. I'm gonna take all of our icing sugar and get that right in there. So our icing sugar, also known as confectioner sugar or powdered sugar. There we go. Okay, I'm going to grab my beater, speed number 1, because I do not want a dust cloud, and I'm going to slowly incorporate the sugar with our fat. So I want to cream this together. Okay, so I've been mixing for about maybe 45 seconds or so. So that's really nicely creamed together. So I'm going to pour in my vanilla now. I'll just get that mixed in. Okay, that's good. And now we are ready for our last ingredient, which is our flour. And I'm going to sift that in today. Okay, we'll move my mixer. Grab our sieve. Get all of our flour into there. And I'll just give it a little shake. Shake, rattle, and roll. Is sifting it absolutely necessary? No. But you can if you wish. You can see there were just a tiny, few lumps there. The mixer would have taken those out, but there we go. And then I'll grab my mixer again, and now speed number 1 again. And I want to be really careful because I do not want a dust cloud. And I'm going to start incorporating this. So I'll continue mixing this, and I'll be back when it's all combined. Okay, so I've been mixing about maybe 30 seconds or so, and that looks good. So that's it with the recipe. So now we're going to get this into our nice pan. So I'm going to go set up, and I'll be back in 2 seconds. So here I have a 9 by 9 inch pan. I have lined it with parchment paper, and I have 2 little clips here just to assist me so that the paper doesn't actually fold in on itself. So I'm ready to go. So now I'm just going to pour our lovely shortbread dough right into here. There we go. And then I am just going to start pushing it down. So I want it nice and even, right to the edges. So I'll keep doing this, and I'll come back when I'm done. Alright, I have just switched over to another tool here. This is a, pie slice remover. And sometimes it's nice having something a little bit more sturdy so that you can actually get in there and you can, use your fingers to push down. It's going to push down, in a more even way. So that's what I'm using. So I'll just whip through this, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so I've just compressed everything nicely. I want to make sure that it's all nice and even, and there we go. Beautiful. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to let this chill. So I'm going to pop this into the fridge at least 30 minutes to an hour. It doesn't really matter. So off to the fridge. I'm going to let it chill. Then we'll come back. I'm just going to do our little lines on here. We're going to poke it with some holes, and then we're going to hit the oven with it. So off to the fridge to chill it down. Okay, so this has been chilling for about 45 minutes. And at this point, what I'm going to do now is I want to put some little markings on the actual dough. So I'm just going to get my little pastry cutter. I'm going to first go down the middle, and I'm just going to line that up just like that. We're going to cut these again after they've baked, but I just want to make my initial lines. Okay, I'm going to split this up into 3s. Okay, that's good. I'm going to grab a little skewer, and I'm just going to put some holes all the way along the tops. This is really just for decoration. What it does also too, it will add a little bit of heat going into each one of these holes. but it's not really important that you do this when you are making shortbread. So I'll just continue doing this. I'll whip through this and I'll come back when I've done everything here. And when you're doing this, all of your bars don't have to be of equal size because not everybody wants to have exactly the same size bar. There we go. Okay, perfect. So I have my oven preheated to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to pop these in for about 1 hour. So I'm going to pop these in now and I'll come back and I'll show you the final product. Alright, so I'm back. My shortbread baked for a total of 1 hour at 300 degrees Fahrenheit. And this is extremely hot. It just came out of the oven. So at this point right now, I'm just going to take my bench cutter again because these cut extremely well when they're very, very hot. You can see how easily I just cut right through that. If you try to do this when they're cold, they're going to end up cracking. So I'm just going to go like this and just cut right through. And you can see that by cutting them beforehand, this has just made this job much easier. So now I'm just going to slightly cut again, just a nice little push. There we go. And I'll just do that to all of these. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to let them cool down and then I'll bring them out. So I'm just going to give a nice little push, very, very gentle. I don't want to have any problems. There we go. Do cut them when they come right out of the oven. There we go. Perfect. And I'm just going to go over my cuts again. There we go. Now, because we use the parchment paper, this makes it very, very easy. I'll just grab this. This is very hot still. I don't want to burn myself. And I can just lift these right out now. I'm going to lift them right out. And just, there we go. Perfect. Get rid of our pan. And there we have them. Our beautiful shortbread bars. Really, really nice. These go great with a nice cup of coffee or tea or just on their own. Really, really good recipe. I hope you try this out. I'll show you this closer up on my turntable as I usually do. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you next time.